The topic of sanctuary cities has been in the public discourse recently, and it raises an important question. Is it legal or ethical to use federally allocated funds to create a safe space for people who are in this country illegally, even when federal laws are nullified by local bureaucrats? For those unfamiliar with the term, sanctuary cities are places where illegal immigrants choose to live to avoid deportation. Those in favor of the policy see it as a humanitarian gesture designed to keep people from being harassed by immigration officials. However, according to Stephen Camarota of the Center for Immigration Studies, sanctuary cities actually encourage illegal immigration. He also reveals that the U.S. immigrant population reached a record 47.8 million people in 2016. According to this chart put together by Mr. Camarota, the largest concentration of illegal immigrants in the country is in California. The reason for this is because California has the largest concentration of sanctuary cities in the country. And the people who regard sanctuary cities as a humanitarian solution fail to consider the unintended consequences. One must take into account the negative impact on schools, hospitals, housing, and most importantly, law enforcement. Law enforcement is negatively impacted by a sanctuary city policy known as catch and release. If an illegal immigrant commits a crime in a sanctuary city, he is usually released from jail so that he can avoid deportation. As a result, dangerous criminals are allowed back into the community, endangering the population and putting an unnecessary burden on law enforcement. For this reason alone, the federal government should not require taxpayers to fund these cities. Sanctuary cities also place a financial burden on taxpayers. According to this chart, compiled by Jason Richwine of the Heritage Foundation, using data from the United States Government Accountability Office, illegal immigrants put a strain on the social safety net that is intended for underprivileged Americans. And according to Mr. Richwine, there are approximately 37 million unlawful immigrant households in the United States, which imposes a net fiscal burden of around $60 billion a year. In other words, a massive influx of people from poverty-stricken countries lowers the standard of living for everybody, as can be seen in this photo. This is a picture of Sonora Town, the largest barrio in Los Angeles. And as you can see, it's not a pleasant place to live. It got that way because many illegal immigrants have limited employment skills and don't speak English, making upward mobility difficult if not impossible for them. But the quality of life for people who live in sanctuary cities like this one is not confined to economic and cultural disadvantages. Sanctuary cities are also a magnet for criminals because of their leniency in enforcing the law. According to this chart from the United States Department of Justice, violent crime among illegal immigrants is significantly higher than it is among the general population. This is a direct result of the leniency toward violent offenders in sanctuary cities. White House spokesman Sarah Huckabee Sanders is quoted as saying, "Sanctuary cities prevent federal authorities from locating and detaining dangerous criminal aliens and removing them from our country. When sanctuary city officials refuse to honor immigration and customs enforcement requests, they are putting the public and law enforcement at risk." And this chart from the Government Accountability Office represents the fiscal cost of federal incarceration of illegal immigrant criminals. This is one of the main reasons why the majority of our citizens, both native and immigrants alike, are opposed to sanctuary cities. This chart is the result of a poll conducted by Amy Holmes of the Rasmussen Polling Organization. It clearly shows that sanctuary cities are not popular with the majority of the voting public. Our elected officials are well aware of this and have grappled with the problem for years. The government could always cut funding for sanctuary cities, but that won't solve the underlying problem of illegal immigration. But the solution is very simple. We, the American electorate, can solve the problem simply by voting out all the politicians who are in favor of sanctuary cities, amnesty, and open borders. It's as simple as that. And it goes without saying that we really need to build a wall at our southern border. Thank you.